So one of the things that's come up in the last, I would say, day to few hours is just why do I never seem to have enough time to do anything? And this has become pretty prevalent in my escapades with trying to do video for this channel. And I noticed actually that I'd started to do some like keyword research for the channel, so I wanted to make sure that my videos are played so that you guys get to see them and hopefully they're of value to you, right? And so sometimes you think that you don't have that much to do, and then other things pop up and you realize you have more to do than you first thought, right? So and then that inevitably led me to think, well, I don't have enough time to do this now, and I'm not going to be able to get this video out. I'm not going to be able to do all the stuff that I plan to do, and it becomes a problem. And that's not good. And it's frustrating. And so in those moments, I tend to forget that I've got what I used to do as something to lean back on. So it's not as if I don't have anything, but in a sense, it's like I act as if I don't have anything to lean back on. I act as if I can't do it in order to not post the video, which is just not something that I should be doing. So it is frustrating. It's very frustrating. But at the same time, it's, you know, that leading into not having enough time. It's also an untruth in many respects, because there's always something you can do. And if you can't do the thing you plan to do, then do the thing that you've always done and just add a little bit each time you do it. So, which is what I've been doing. I guess that from what I've seen, from what I've done with this particular process, and what I've been through, let's say, with this particular process, is that, you know, I've gained quite a bit of insight, because now I'm starting to make my way along the pathway of producing video content on a consistent basis. And the next part of the pathway is optimizing videos, producing content that is going to be of value to people. You know, like doing scripts and so on and so forth for my videos, which is going to help me to plan out my videos and so on and so forth. So, you know, it's like, I think the biggest lesson for me is that it all comes at a gradual pace, and it's never all at the same time. You never perfect anything all at the same time. It sounds obvious, but at the time, often we think we should have everything. Or at least I know that I think that I should have everything down to the T, get it all planned, and then just do it straight out and get it perfect. And that, I mean, in reality, that's completely unrealistic, because you don't know everything all at the same time. You're always learning, you're always doing stuff, you're always on a journey and on your way to doing something. There's always something to perfect or learn or do. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the biggest thing. And when you're going through that process of doing that stuff, that's when you learn the most. And it's also when you're on the journey. So that none of that stuff you can predict whilst you're trying to plan stuff out. And the only reason you try and predict that stuff is so that you don't fail or make mistakes, which is what I do. I do it because I won't fail, so I don't fail and I don't make mistakes. And then I can avoid that pain and that displeasure and that upset that it causes. And again, you know, you have to, it's like the failure along the way is what, you know, that's what you learn from. That's where you gain your most value from. So, so yeah, in a roundabout way, you know, it might seem at the time that you don't have enough time, or should I say, this is in a sense what I've learned from not having enough time. is that one, it's not the end of the world, and two, I get to create more time on a particular given part of this process so that I can learn more and, be on the way to perfecting the process. I'd say perfecting, but be on the way to making the process better and better each time.